Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for Bitcoin price prediction based on Elliott wave analysis. We're gonna start today with the lower time frame on the 1 hour chart, where we are looking at our impulse wave 1 toward the upside, where we have 1, 2, 3, 4 and a 5 finished wave 1 or wave A. After this we got an ABC corrective wave where it did not reach yet the 0.38 fib level and even the 0.38 fib time for a wave 2. In this case, of course, I can call potentially here also a wave A, where you might have a wave B also finished and then moving toward the upside. Only a wave B in a zigzag can, of course, rush and move toward the upside without reaching the fib time and the fib level required for a wave 2. And that means if we are moving toward the upside and we're moving impulsively, there is a higher possibility that we are moving into an A B, and a C toward the upside as a zigzag. And that because, of course, of the wave 2, which it did not reach the requirement on the linear and on the logarithmic chart, both case scenario. And of course, to remind you about this impulse towards the upside here on the lower time frame, and why we have a wave 3 over there and not a wave 3 here, as of course many channels we saw, of course, on YouTube putting, of course, a wave 3 exactly finish there and a wave 5 to finish a wave 1 here. So the problem with this counting here, to have a wave 3, you need, of course, after your wave 1, ABC wave 2, you need an impulse towards the upside 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now you got, of course, 5 waves towards the upside, but it is very clear that your wave 3 is the shortest between the wave 5 and the wave 1, which makes it, of course, here a double 1, 2, and then having 3, 4, and a 5, and then 4 and a 5 to get it, of course, here for this blue count in a wave 2. And that means, of course, that your impulse has finished somehow in 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, 4, and a 5, where you have finished finally a wave 3. And we mentioned on this channel that we would like to see one more leg toward the upside as 4 and a 5 in order to mark, of course, a wave 1 as an impulse toward the upside. And this is exactly what we got. And after it, we start to see the movement toward the downside that we talk about it as an ABC without reaching the 0.32. Now that is a big, huge difference, of course, between the counting here, whether you have a wave 1 here finished or a wave 1 there. Now in both case scenarios, if you have finished, let's say you have finished a wave 1 here even, your 0.38 fib level is also not taken even with this correction. And that means, yeah, there is a higher possibility anyway in both case scenarios that you have a wave B here rather than a wave 2 in case we're moving still toward the upside impulsively. I'm saying this because, of course, on the micro level here on the 15-minute chart, we are looking at an A, B, and a C currently, hitting perfectly the blue zone as yesterday we said, for a wave B in an expanding flat 1.23, 1.38. And in this case scenario, you would like, of course, simply to move toward the downside. Now, after it, we see, of course, an impulse for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, potentially wave 1, and having a wave 2 currently. Now, this wave 2 also looks a little bit impulsive, but of course, the start of it looks like a 3 waves or double 1, 2. In case it is a double 1, 2, it can be 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. Now, if we take the high with Bitcoin again, and we finish a wave 5 here, and finish this as an impulse, that would be, of course, a potential impulse to the upside 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Okay, very simple. So if we take the high again today and we get inside this zone, we have to be careful, of course, from being in an impulse 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. In this case scenario, I have to call, of course, I have no other option rather than calling an A, B, and a C here, unfolding as a zigzag with a wave B finished over there. The wave C might, of course, hit the 1-to-1 fib level as a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 toward the upside. Okay, so we're gonna see this, of course, in case we take the high. Now we are still, of course, in this range inside the fib levels for a wave B in an expanding flat, where you might still have, of course, a wave C toward the downside, of course, and hitting the at least 0.38 fib level, I would say, for a bull run as an impulse. Preferably, of course, to get an impulse rather than ABC, because ABC might turn, of course, at the end corrective and then moving toward the downside, which is not nice to see, of course. I would like to see, of course, a confluence here between the A, B, and a C expanding flat, 1.38, 1.618 to hit in between also the 0.38 fib level for a wave 2, and therefore start the wave 3 impulsively toward the upside. So basically, I would say key level to be watched today is, of course, this high. If we take the high and we continue here impulsively a wave 5, we have no other option than calling, of course, a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're gonna put even the counting here in case this happen, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. If we take the high, therefore, okay, this is a wave 1. Definitely we're gonna move towards the downside. We should move toward the downside after all, and then continue, of course, for 3, 4, and a 5 for higher prices. So basically, that was it for Bitcoin today. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comments, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.